Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever you may be. I hope you are all well. Welcome to my new subscribers and welcome to my existing subscribers. If you're not subscribed, remember, it is free to subscribe. So please just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment if you want to win Rishi, the paint throwing paint thrower, yeah, powder paint thrower. And yeah, leave a comment saying I would like to win Rishi, and then I can put you down on the wheel. Now that that's all out of the way, I came online yesterday, or I posted a video at around about the same time. I made a video around about the same time yesterday and then posted it around about the same time as well. And I had started, or I said I was going to start to make Olga Poltava's perfect crochet socks. These things, oh my gosh, they crochet up so quickly. I have got this one, okay, and I also have, let me just put a little stitch marker in there so I don't unravel it all accidentally. Okay, and I've got this one here. And I've got to tell you, they work up so quickly. I've managed to get this done in less than 24-hour period. And have I been working on them non-stop? Well, not non-stop for 24 hours. I have slept. But, you know, I have been sort of working on them when I have been awake. Give or take. But even so, they work up really quickly. Now, I've got my little plastic foot, which is a smallish foot, I must admit, but I do know that socks that fit this foot fit both my daughter's soon-to-be wife and my son's girlfriend's feet, because they're both tiny little people with tiny little feet, whereas my children both have my flippers. So I do know that if the sock fits on here, it will fit these little tiny people's feet. So I thought, okay, I'll see how I go. Well, voila. I mean, wow. I'm actually really, really pleasantly surprised with actually how much stretch there is in this. I didn't think there was going to be as much stretch width-wise because of comments that I'd heard on a cow that was doing this sock, said that there was no, or not much width wise. And then I wondered, well, I wonder if it's got to do with gauge and tensioning, because I did do my gauge test and I was slightly over the size, so that might have something to do with it. But also, I'm not a loose crocheter by no means, but I'm also not a tight crocheter, so perhaps that's why, you know, the person running that cow and me are varying. But it fits the foot lovely, and I'm really, really pleased the way it's come out. I've got the second foot somewhere, but I can't reach it right now. But anyway, so I did just want to goodness gracious, that frog tasted horrible. I don't know, a frog in my throat. Yeah. I wanted just to sort of update you and show you. Now, I think according to the pattern, I've got to do this bit here, from here, where the lighter color is upwards. I've got to, that's only 1 inch at the moment. I've got to add another inch. Then I've got to do a round of decreases. And then I start the ribbing. So I'm really, really close to finishing. Like I say, they work up really, really well. They're a lot stretchier than I was expecting. So I'm happy with them, and I know they're going to fit my small-footed person. Which brings me on to the other issue that there was a lot of talk at one point that they are for really tiny feet, which I guess they are, because I mean, well, I say they are. I don't have small feet. I've never had small feet. No one in my family has got small feet. In fact, I think my feet were probably as big as my ex-husband's. I mean, I have flippers, truly. I think, you know, I've got seal DNA in my, you know, DNA somewhere. Anyway, but then I sort of thought, well, okay, if these socks, you make them and they are really small, too small for any adult in your family, I thought, well, hello, are there no kids around? I mean, not everyone has kids in their families, I realize that. I mean, I don't have any teenagers or young adults. But I thought, if they don't fit an adult in your household, they might fit a child in your household, or a child that you might know. But like I say, I'm lucky. I got some petite people in my family who will absolutely adore these socks, because these have got merino. I think these ones have got, in particular, have got merino silk. Oh, now I'm dropping stuff. Merino silk and cashmere. No, these ones just got merino polyamide and cashmere, and the polyamide is just basically your nylon. So yeah, like I say, I'm really, really, really pleased. But I still will, because I took Olga's advice. I think she just recently did a video about sizing these, you know, increasing the sizing, which I didn't need to do. But before that, she said, look, you know, it doesn't hurt to do them exactly as they are written out in the pattern or the video to do first, so that you get an idea of what size they are going to be, and then you know basically how big, much bigger you need to make them, sort of thing, or something like that, I think she said. But I did these because I've been working with, I've had this sort of little brainworm of an idea for making a crochet sock, which would be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more give in it. But, you know, like I say, I'm pleasantly surprised how much give these actually do have. And that may just be down to my tensioning. I don't know. Maybe it's also down to my yarn a bit. I think some yarns, see, that's, it's not too flexible. But some yarns, I'm trying to think of the name. Starts with R. No, it's gone. If it comes back, I'll probably shout it out. Because I've got all this sock yarn that's unlabeled because they're mill ends, and but you can sort of work out which they actually are. And this one ended up being a sock yarn that seems to have a little bit of elastic in it, and so it's quite stretchy, and I reckon they would be ideal for this type of sock. I also wondered, and I will possibly test this out because they are so quick to make. I also wondered, you know, you could size these up. Forget about all the, you know, increasing here and increasing there. I mean, Olga has done a brilliant video on how to upsize them. So, but I thought, don't worry about any of that. I reckon you could easily just size these up by increasing, obviously, your hook size is one way. You don't want to increase your yarn size because you do need the sock. If you want to wear these socks as actual socks that go inside shoes and sort of thing, you don't want them any thicker really than they already are. But if you increased your hook size, you would make them bigger without making them necessarily thicker. And then I wondered how they would go if you used a small hook size, but then instead of doing all single crochets, do half doubles. So I'm going to possibly still do a bit of experimenting and see how that goes with, if I do half doubles and the same hook size. But before I do that, I do want to try out the her pattern for chubby feet as well. And at the same time, I still do want to try out the idea that I had for a pair of crochet socks of my own design. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on really with this update. There will be, I hope, much later today, a video on either a new, well, not new, but a new video on a knitting stitch, which uses just purl and knits to create a pattern, or there will be a video up for the beginner crocheters tutorials that I'm doing. There will definitely be a video on either one of those over the next 2 days. Actually, probably be video on both of those over the next few days, including one for today later on. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really wrapped with these. And like I say, there's so many ways you can upsize them without having to sort of go into all the math and everything, which I don't mind. I don't mind math. I jokingly always say I'm really bad at math, but to be perfectly honest, I was pretty much a genius at maths in school. I think that's where my daughter got it from. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, I was in the advanced maths class and all the rest of it and whatnot. But then I discovered boys, and they seemed so much more fun than math, So that was my downfall. Anyway, that's more information than you needed to know about me right now, huh? So yeah, an update on my socks. They should, like I say, they will probably be finished the next time I see you. Please don't forget Rishi. Don't forget, oh, I'll also have to put out a video on my hooker versus hooker, because I've worked out a way that I can still have how I said I wanted to have a flat bottom and I couldn't work out how to really sort of do that? Well, I think I might have worked out a way to do that, so I'm going to try and tackle a flat bottom for him so he sort of sits nicely. So I'll share that all with you later. Jules from Jules Crafts has accepted my sock challenge for this book. She's accepted the challenge. We still got to get together and nut out how we're going to pick which one, cuff, middle, cuff, leg, foot we're going to do and all the rest of it. But she's up for the challenge, which is absolutely great. So we'll have to do a video together somehow. It probably has to be a live, I guess, because I'm not really sure how else you can do a video together without it being alive. I suppose you can do them, but anyway. So that's all coming up very, very soon. So yeah, I almost got my pair of socks. One pair of socks finished for the month. Whew. I was so stressed about that. It is still lovely and cool here, hence my breathing and demeanor is so much more calm than usual. But it is going to get hot again in a few days' time. But the good news is, I was looking at the monthly forecast, and looking at the monthly forecast, it does appear to only be 3 more days between now and the end of March that the temperature should rise above, I think it was 25. So that's not bad. So if it's accurate, that means finally autumn will definitely be here by April. Okay, that's everything. Take care. I've really got to get going because I've got lots of videos to do now that the weather's a bit cooler. I've only got a few days to do them in before the temperature starts sort of warming up again. So you'll see me wearing the same thing. Not that I consider that a huge deal, but I like to mention it because other content creators mention it, which I don't know why they mention it. I mean, can't we just wear the same thing 2 days running? Anyway, yeah, so I really need to get going, get those videos out of the way and scheduled so that when the holidays come, I know I've got content. So anyway, see you later, everybody. Please take care. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment if you want the opportunity to win Rishi, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, people.